Right, so it depends on the length of the start line. If it's a 300-yard start line and there's 3 boats, that's great, because if you're doing that and you get it slightly wrong, you don't lose much by dipping round. If it's a 50-yard start line and there's 30 boats on it and you do that and you get it wrong, you will be at the back. So it's a bit of a gamble, because effectively everybody is going to come straight over the top of you. More to add?
I did a 4 cent start once, and everybody sailed over the top of me.
It didn't work. It's a gamble. It is a gamble. If it works, there's nothing better than going.
The problem with that is if it's port end bias, you'll have people starboard at the port end,
yeah,
and then you're screwed.
That's
what I would do probably.
Yeah.
If it was blatant.
If it was a port end bias,
there, I'm number 2.
I'd be.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd be wanting to come in here.
Yeah.
So that whoever's going for a port end flyer, you've basically screwed up the whole plan, and then you're looking into the opportunity to tack off and go across the top, if you can. Depends on the size of the fleet and the amount of space.
The boat coming in on port, of course, has no rights at all, although some people seem to pull it off quite well. Because they pick on somebody that's maybe not terribly aggressive.
Right. What else would we want to cover? Sequences, rules.
I've seen tidal starts at the Nationals in Medway, Burnham, sorry, not Medway, but it's very similar to Medway. They found that they were setting a course across the river. So the tide was sweeping us towards the pin.
Right.
So everything was correct for the wind, but the tide was sweeping us towards the pin, which made it a bit of a mess at the pin. But then I suppose you want to be up tide, wouldn't you? But there was one start where it was quite difficult to cross over, and everybody was over, and then we went with black flag. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. Don't go to Burnham. I think one thing I did think there was. Again, it's context. If it's a club race, if you're trying some things out, go for your port. If it's absolute port end bias and no one else has seen it, you've got to start at the end where you think you're going to end up on top and ignore where everyone is. But if it's the Nationals and you've got 10, 12 races, it's really important to keep your points low. So doing risky things and getting black flags or getting wrapped around the leeward mark is going to give you quite a lot of points in that race, and that's the kind of thing you want to avoid in a series. So I tend to be more conservative in the big series and more gambling at local races.
Cool. Just starting sequence and black flags for those who don't know what they are. So the starting sequence is 5 minutes. You've got a warning signal. The class flag should go up. And somebody correct me if I get this bit wrong.
So you're not racing at that point.
You're not racing. This is your preparatory signal, warning signal. 4 minutes is your preparatory signal. Right order? The other way around.
Yeah, warning them.
Yeah. And so there should be the blue P to go up. And then you get a 1 minute, and the blue P to comes down, and then you get your start, and the class flag should come down, providing everybody's gone over the start line. So it could stay up until everybody has started. That's true. Rules and general recalls, and that's the other bit of thing that I didn't put in my notes. So the flags, fundamentally, the flags are the timing sequence, not the sounds. The sound is so you should keep an eye out on the flag, and especially here, it's amazing actually how long it takes for the sound to travel when you're sailing around. But it's actually the flag, the visual sign actually is the thing that counts. If you get into that level of detail. So keeping an eye out, make sure somebody's got an eye on them. Invariably, quite often, you'll have one of you going, oh, there's a flag gone up. So then it's all eyes looking for the next flag so you can get your 4 minute. If you miss that one, it's like everybody's eyes because you're trying to get the 1 minute and you don't want to be far away from the start line. And you want to be looking at what other boats are doing, other boats positioning and trying to get themselves there. 2 people on board. If it's 707, there's 5 of you, 2 people with a watch is always worthwhile doing because watches stop or the person who had the watch wasn't concentrating, so that you've always got 2 people trying to do that. It just gives you that extra bit of cover. Black flags don't happen too often, not here, but can happen. Generally what will happen is if we have a fleet that is quite angsty, should we say, they will get themselves prepared really, really early. They'll be sitting here, and basically everybody will edge each other to the point of pushing each other over the line before the start. And there's too many people over the line that nobody can identify who it was, so we have to go for a general recall. If it happens once or twice, people get a little bit hacked off because the day's passing and nothing's happening. The race officer can then put up a black flag, so put a black flag up on the committee boat. And effectively what it means is that you cannot cross the start line between the 1 minute gun and the start. And if you do, you're disqualified. So just bear in mind, most of the time, you can go over the line and go around the pin and do all sorts of bits and pieces, but you can't go over that between the 1 minute and the start gun.
And does the black flag go up with the 5 minute, or is it the 4 minute?
No, they can put it. They can just put it up and just have it black. They can put up a black flag.
Usually used as the 4 minute.
Yeah, I think it's a 4 minute.
So that's where you can get caught out, because you can look at the 5 minute, go, okay, 5 minute, and be heads inside the boat. And if you haven't looked up to see what the 4 minute, if it's a black flag or if it's a blue Peter, sometimes you don't realise that you're on a black flag start. Yeah,
and it might be difficult to spot.
Announce it.
Committee boat could be a long way away, and there could be something in the background, and you don't see it, or the wind direction, and it's fluttering.
So if you've just had a general recall, be really careful if it's the next start as a black flag.
All the way to Mumbles near Swansea for me to be black flagged.
Yeah.
Not pleasant, because we got a really good start. I thought we had a good
Okay.
start. We were just over the start.
Mile
Not
to
really
the line.
Little bit over the line.
I've learned it.
And the rescue boat then came alongside and said, sorry, you're going to have to sit this one out. And literally an hour and a half later, we were sitting there waiting for the next one to start. You don't get the sail.
Yeah.
You basically just sit for an hour and a half watching everybody else,
Yeah.
so waiting for the next start. Because it wasn't even the last one of the day. That would have been all right, because you can have an early shower, but it wasn't.
Charlie can tell you about that as well.
Yeah, I was a bit pissed off. Yeah. But I think it's a black flag, they should make an announcement as black flag, none of this nonsense that it was
We haven't even had a
they
full
put up
start.
4 minute, you can't see the thing.
It goes up at
And they sneak it up, and it's at a funny angle, the fleet can't see it, and the fleet are all the other end of the line, and there's no announcement after one false.
There wasn't a full start.
No, it was the same, there was a recall, one recall, it was a second. But
They could go at black flag any time they want.
But I'm not saying they're not within.
But they ought to do
I
stuff
think
that
within
they
the
do.
spirit of being reasonable, if it's got high difficulty in actually seeing it, just to sneak it up quietly without.
Yeah, that's what
some of
caught us
the
out as well.
VHFs, it's not unreasonable to think that you can say, hey, the guys put black flag up. Or sometimes you get little
Just-
rubber
I would-
boats going past saying, hey, it's a black flag. But
Just keep an eye out and expect it. If there's been one recall,
Yeah.
general recall, keep
Yeah.
an eye out, because it's quite likely it's going to go up.
Yeah.
It's
Depending-
almost never
probably-
goes up first start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if there's a bad sort of general recall, then
Just-
it's quite a
Just coming back to the starting sequence, the 5 minutes, the 4 minutes, the 1 minute, and then the gun. So if the gun goes and everybody's all right, then everybody should go